It's the Renaissance, episode 218.
Yeah.
Raymond of your house.
Thank you. No one else fakes showing me.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
How many times in your life have you partaken of human flesh?
I can only partially answer that because of the statute of limitations. A few.
Just a few.
A few. Yeah. It's murky. I can't remember.
I point out that I haven't seen a living member of your family for many years.
Right.
You pretend that they're all still around, but you do live in a house in the middle of nowhere for a very good reason, I suspect.
I have cardboard cutouts of them, like in Home Alone. If you come by, I'll pull the strings. Look, times are tough. Times are lean. We've talked about this before, but it's not easy these days to be a podcaster. You do what you got to do, right? So I'm just doing.
And look, it's a little nibble here, it's a little nibble there.
That's how
you
it
never
starts.
intend to eat the whole thing.
It starts
like,
out,
You got a block of chocolate or a tub of ice cream in the fridge. Like, you say, I'll just have a spoonful.
Then you're up to the elbow. Yeah, no, I feel bad.
So in our last episode, we talked about pigeons. We talked about Muslims calling on Christian Crusaders for help against other Muslims, and the Christians going, sure, what the fuck, we're hungry.
Yeah.
We'll go and we'll help out in return for food.
We love to kill.
We talked about Christian women's husbands getting beheaded and they get taken prisoner, and then them falling in love and helping out these Muslim generals.
That was beautiful. Yeah.
But, so we're in November of 1098 now.
Oh, okay.
The princes meet to discuss their plans to march onto Jerusalem. They had told they were going to wait for the Emperor Alexius to roll up before they went onto Jerusalem.
Right.
Looks like he's not coming. They did send an invitation to the Pope to come down and party with them.
But
looks like he's not coming.
No.
And as you said towards the end of the last episode, Peter Bartholomew, the man of the visions of Jesus,
he's visionful.
He's like, dude, Jesus will not shut the fuck up.
He's in my ear. Jesus Christ. I can't sleep. I think this might have been St. Andrew. St. Andrew, again, he demands that they leave for Jerusalem. Get your asses on the Rotus Maximus Nauus. But they've got other plans.
Go to Jerusalem. Jerusalem. And they're like, really?
You sound like Baby Billy for a second.
Come on now. Come on now.
All I'm asking for is $2 million and an 8-ball. That's all. Not much, is it? Sorry.
Have you started watching that? Watch the
No, I'm still not picking.
Oh, for fuck's sake, watch the show.
I know.
Come on now.
You don't look at me. You don't talk to me during rehearsal. Sorry, we shouldn't. We should just get on with the show.
Godfrey rode in from Turbessel for this meeting of the princes and brought with him, and I felt this was thoughtful. Chrissy and I have got to go to some friends' place for dinner. A friend happens to be Persian, our Persian friends.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to their house for dinner tomorrow night. They're cooking a Persian feast. We're going to get the hookah out. We're going to smoke the hookah, big Persian feast.
Is that legal?
We're going to talk about Persian history. Yeah.
Oh, hookah.
Everything. Hookah.
Oh, no,
not
hooker.
A hookah. Oh. We're not going to blow a hookah.
Egg on my face.
We might suck on a hooker. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to plan. It's his dinner party.
When in Rome. Sorry. Go ahead.
But Chrissy and I were talking yesterday, like, what do we take?
Right.
Because, when they came to our place for dinner, he bought a bottle of Moët and Chandon. I was like, oh, okay. But we don't drink, really. Chrissy doesn't drink at all. She's been sober for 13 years. I don't drink very often, very rarely.
Doesn't mean anything to you.
Once a year, maybe.
Yeah.
But so we're like, oh, do we take booze? But what do you take if you don't? So, but Godfrey, and I think I'm going to do the Godfrey tactic.
Right.
When he came to the meeting with the princes, he thought I should bring them all a gift. So he brought with him the heads of all the Turkish prisoners he had taken in raids in his area.
Right.
And I think nothing says, I love you.
Right.
This
respect.
Valentine's Day. Nothing says I love you more than the head of one of your enemies on a chain.
Yes. Make a necklace out of it, a belt, what have you, but when you care enough to send the very best, bring heads. Thank you.
Nothing is more Christian than bringing the heads of your enemies to a banquet.
God will smile down on you. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And how do you transport heads, though? That's the main thing I wanted to know. Like, do you...
Pickle jar?
Yeah. Do you pickle them? Do you throw them in a bag? How many heads to a bag do you take?
That's a valid question. Like, do you pre-pack? It's like, oh, I'm feeling good about this crusade. You better bring like 50 pickle jars. I don't know. I mean, it's a new science to me. I haven't really had to experience it yet, but you got to plan ahead. For
how many heads can you fit in a sack? Which way
if
do you stack them in a sack?
Do you stack them right? Like if you turn them on their sides.
Yeah.
Or do you
head
do like
down,
ear
neck
to ear,
down, head down, neck down? Like putting shoes in a suitcase.
Right.
You turn one way, the other way, so they slot in.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
There's a whole art. It's a lost art.
It is.
It's the problem with the modern world. Nobody knows how to pack heads in a sack anymore.
That's right. Yeah. One of the greatest compliments was you head stacker. I mean, that's how you compliment somebody. No one says that
It was
anymore.
a whole profession handed down from father to son for generations.
Right, this is how you do it. Say first you get the bag and you push it off.
Where's my head sacker?
Yeah.
Go and get my head. And
the royal head stacker.
You had the royal head sacker, but you also had the head sacker.
Right.
Then you had the apprentice head sackers, the juniors that were learning the craft. They were usually the sons of the father. So you had the head sacker, then you had the junior head sacker who was one day.
You will fill my boots.
All these heads,
sacks.
These will all be your responsibility. Every time the master's going on a trip, you're going to have to pack the heads.
But before I got here, son, they were stacking these heads. It was a mess, but I came along, and one day all this will be yours.
English, the English language changes over time. There once was a time, 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
If somebody said to you, "Give me some head,"
right? Oh, very different.
You were
very
and
different.
You got on your knees and unzipped their flight. They'd be like, "Whoa! Hey, what's going on? What?" I mean, I'm not complaining. Don't stop, but
as soon as you're finished, I'll tell you what I really meant.
The way that started, the terminology, is when you said back 1,000 years ago, you said, "Give me some head." They would come with a head,
right,
and get down on their knees and present it to you.
I like where this is going. Oh, right.
And then the masters would eventually say, "Well, while you're down there," and then over time,
yeah.
We just forgot about the actual giving of the literal head aspect of that, and it just got shortened to fellatio. But that's
live and learn. Live and learn.
That's the etymology of giving head. There you go, kids. You learn. Take that and tell your history teacher at school that.
Ask him to, and maybe no, don't demonstrate. But just ask him about it.
Tell him.
Anyway,
it's true. I heard it on a podcast. It must be true.
It must be true. Where were we?
Back to the princes meeting. Now that Bishop Adamar, the Pope's legate, is out of the picture because he died.
Right.
They couldn't come to any sort of agreement on when to go, whether to go, who gets what, if they go. Bohemond's allies, claimed that he should be given Antioch if they marched on to Jerusalem.
Right.
Others were still saying, no, we swore an oath to the emperor. Others were like, well, fuck the emperor. Where is he?
Right.
The argument went on for several days. Meanwhile, the troops are sitting around outside fucking pissed.
Jesus Christ.
As we said last time, maybe 10 or 20,000 people out of, say, roughly 50,000 died from plague, war, starvation. They're like, Jesus Christ, can we just get the fuck out of this joint? We've been here for a better part of a year now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to Jerusalem. That's what I signed on for.
That's what
Go
the
to
bumper
Jerusalem.
says. Yeah.
Jerusalem or bust.
Right.
That's what I've got on my horse's bump.
Well, if you think about it, they've plundered. I mean, these are the common soldiers. These aren't the nobles. Whatever. They've gotten as much as they're going to get. So unless we go to a new place, there's fuck all for us to get. And like you said,
where the booty at?
We are booty out. There's no more booty for us. All you lords and princes can suck a big one. There's nothing new for us. And as soon as we finish with Jerusalem, we have fulfilled our oath, and then we're free agents. Let's wrap this shit up.
I want to get back to my woman.
Yeah.
And my kids.
Or maybe attack a town and start my own little kingdom or whatever. But the point is, I want this over with.
And Peter Bartholomew was saying that Jesus was still telling him to get the fuck to Jerusalem.
Right.
They announced the soldiers and the people outside basically got fed up with all of the lack of progress and eventually said, you know what? Fuck all y'all. We're going to go to Jerusalem with or without you.
Yeah. My favorite thing was when they said, look, you can stay here and hope to suck on the sweet teat that is Alexis, but we're out of here. If you two can't figure this out, we're just the fuck out of here. And by the way, you have driven us so crazy. If Raymond and Bohemond keep arguing, we will destroy the walls of Antioch ourselves before we leave because you've cocked this up royally. You're a bunch of cocksuckers and we're going to cock up your dreams. We're cocking mad right now. And they were literally going, we will take from you the one thing that you both seem to want and then we'll skedaddle. We don't need you, And so again, they are pissed. They are beyond pissed. And like, again, food is still short.
If you keep arguing about who controls Antioch, we will just burn the place down and none of y'all get it.
There won't be an Antioch to fight over. That's right.
Now,
I like that.
You remember in our last episode, or a couple of episodes ago, I was talking about my theory that Bohemond was setting up a lot of these sorts of discussions and arguments as part of his strategy to get what he wants. I suspect that a lot of these troops that were protesting about getting out of Antioch and who would control Antioch might have been part of a campaign established by Bohemond. No evidence for this. Nothing in the history books on this, but this is my theory.
Sure.
If he is a smart and a player and a strategist like he seems to be, that he's paying these guys to say that.
Yeah.
We don't have time to wait. We got to get out of here. We got to go. And if you don't decide on who gets to control Antioch, then we're just going to burn the whole thing down. And not only will nobody get it, but it's obviously a major base for them.
Right. Inside
of Turkey and close to the border with Syria.
Yeah.
You won't have the base either. So the troops have basically said, put up or shut up.
Right.
And the princes still can't come to a decision after all of this, but they decide to keep the troops busy by attacking a fortress called Marat al-Numan.
Yeah.
Which was sort of not that far away. It was on the way to Jerusalem, and they thought their argument was, well, we can't have that sitting around. If we're going to go to Jerusalem, we need to go and take down this place first.
Yes.
Otherwise, they could attack us from the rear. So they go and attack on the 23rd of November. Raymond and a bunch of other guys set out towards Marat al-Numan.
Yeah. So they reach it on November 27th. The next morning they attack, but they fail. But it's okay because Mohimo, the macho man himself, shows up with his forces and he attacks. And that doesn't work. So they're like, fuck, we're going to have to settle down for a traditional siege. But you're right. I really think, I don't think the royals wanted to make a final decision because they knew they couldn't. It was going to lead to infighting, which is not going to do any good. So at least they can keep the men busy by attacking this new place. And like you said, it's on the left flank of where they're going to be going through to get to Jerusalem. So it's all to the good, and we'll get some supplies, whatever. But the point is, Their normal tactics of attacking Penis first didn't work. Now they've got to do a normal siege. And for at least 2 weeks, this goes on. But it must be a serious town and serious walls because they are just not getting through.
So, meanwhile, they are out, Raymond's men particularly, are out in the countryside looking for food, but also looking for wood to make siege engines.
Ah, right.
Detachments of the army begin deserting to try and find food.
Right.
But Raymond's got his guys building a huge wooden castle on wheels.
Shape of a rabbit. No.
Tower.
Right. Sorry.
That they can push against one of the city's towers.
Yeah.
They get that completed. Takes them a few weeks. They manage to scale the tower but get repulsed. But meanwhile, while they're doing that, they've got guys down below being shielded that are mining the wall.
Yeah, it's being
digging a hole underneath the wall. Yeah. Like you in Vegas, being double teamed, one up top, one down the bottom. And they managed to break through the wall in the evening. Some soldiers forced their way into the town and began to pillage it.
Right.
But these were Raymond's soldiers.
Uh-oh.
Bohemond, seeing what's going on, doesn't want Raymond to get credit for taking the city.
No.
So he gets a message into the town,
right,
that if the defenders in the town and all the people hand the city over to him and go and take refuge in a hall that was near the main gate,
right,
he would spare all of their lives.
Isn't that brilliant? Their lives are being threatened, but it's not him. He's not going to get credit for it. And they're pillaging, which means he's not going to get the cash. So he gets a megaphone out and he goes, hey, you're about to die. Come here. I'll protect you. So one, he's stabbing his partner in the back, but two, I mean, it's brilliant. It's utterly, I'm in a disadvantage. How can I turn this to my advantage? I will promise to save everybody who will come to me, not unlike Jesus. I think it's an utterly brilliant move. One of his many brilliant moves that he's done so far.
Yeah. Absolutely cunning and brilliant. And the citizens accepted his offer. The gates were opened and his troops marched in. Everyone had gone to the hall to seek refuge.
Thank goodness.
Where they were all massacred and the town was looted and burnt down by Bohemond and everyone else. But
right. Was this the one? Okay, because we don't want to exaggerate. Only all the men were killed. The women and the children were sold into slavery. You got to make a buck. This is a business. After all, I think you find we owe it to our shareholders. So the point is all the men are slaughtered. All the women and children are sold into slavery. Again, and he breaks his own word, but I think you're allowed to break your word to Muslims. I think that's in the Bible somewhere. I'm not sure. Again, absolute cruelty.
And Bohemond's troops were able to secure the greater part of the loot, which upset Raymond's army because they built this whole fucking castle and they'd mined the wall.
Dick move.
And then Boho's guys get all of the bounty. Raymond claimed possession of the town because his guys made the original breach, but Boho refused to evacuate unless Raymond abandoned his area of Antioch.
That's brilliant.
Because at this point in time, Bohemond's troops occupy the citadel and a couple of different areas, like 3/4 of the town of Antioch. Right. I think Roman control Bohemo row your boat.
It came out wrong.
Row your Bohemond gently down the stream. Controlled the bridge, the gate, the bridge.
Raymond did, yeah.
So Boho says, "Listen, I tell you what,
this is brilliant.
You can have this place. You give me the rest of Antioch." By the way, Peter Bartholomew's visions, call him bullshit on them now. Think he's full of shit. Stop. Don't believe in the magic lance. Don't believe you've got any authority. Fuck you in the lance.